Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I just thought I'd return to you for this album review, and then I'll get to another album review after that. For Tate McRae's So Close to What album, the whole entire record that I got a chance to listen to for the 15 tracks. See what I was going to think of this album overall. Sorry, I'm petting my cat right now. So, I'm going to discuss what I listened to for all 15 songs, which is a 42.5 minute runtime, and let you know my thoughts on Tate McRae's So Close to What album. So, let's dive into this album review. Now, it starts with Mispossessive. Pretty strong track in its own way. Some of the lyrics and some of the way she sings it from time to time, there's some moments where the I'm about to keep up thing, it's a little hit or miss. But other than that, the song's pretty good and it's on my so 4.75 out of 5. I do dig the overall production and mixing in it is pretty strong, so do dig that aspect about the track. Two Hands is a pretty good song too. Really like this one. Tate McRae's vocals are pretty nice in it for the most part, and some of her regular singing in the chorus is pretty solid. So I'd give this another 4.75 out of 5. Revolving Door is a pretty good song in its own way too. I dig some of the melody of how Tate McRae is singing it and just the way the melody is played out. It's pretty solid, so nice track for the most part. 4.75 out of 5. Blood on My Hands featuring Flo Milli. This one's good, but not one of my favorites. But it's alright for how it sounds, so I'd give this a 4.5 out of 5. Flo Milli's rap is hit or miss, but it's not terrible in any way. It just has its hit or miss moments where I don't know if I feel for it or not, but execution wise, I think the track is good in its own way and it plays it safe. So a solid 4.5 out of 5. Dear God is a pretty good track for how it sounds. Technically, there's on the physical edition, there's 13 songs, and Dear God's the third track. But there were some songs that were added to the record, and some songs that were cut from the digital edition of the record. The regular digital edition, I guess you could call it. But overall, Dear God is a pretty good song. I like Tate McRae's vocals in it. And some of her falsetto, there's some moments where it does good and moments where it doesn't. But overall, it's still strong of a track. 4.75 out of 5. Purple Lace Bra is a pretty good song in its own way too. I really dig the sixth track on the record. I like the vocals from Tate McRae. Pretty solid stuff. And just execution wise, this track pulled it off for what it was going for and the style it was going for with a melodic slash pop beat kind of stuff, but the trap beats are not too bad. So I really dig that aspect about the track. 4.75 out of 5. Sports Car, it's a good song, but not one of my favorites. I'd give this a 4.5 out of 5. It's good. There's just some moments where I feel there's some cringe in it, but execution wise, it's fine for what it goes for. And you get Signs, which is the eighth song on the record. Good song for how it sounds. I don't hate how Tate McRae's singing this track from time to time, but there's some execution moments where the lyrics can get a little hit or miss. And the execution for the lyrics and how the song's playing out, there's some moments where it's hit or miss. So 4.5 out of 5. I Know Love featuring the Kid Leroy. Pretty good song in its own way. It's pretty short, like 2 minutes and 36 seconds or something like that. So it's not very long, but it's not a bad track for how it sounds. You keep it short and simple and keep it strictly about, oh, this is what we're going for, and hopefully you like it kind of stuff. And Kid Leroy didn't sound too bad singing and rapping in this track. And Tate McRae sounded pretty good singing in this track, so 4.75 out of 5. Like I Do is a good song for how it sounds. I don't hate this track. There are a few execution moments where I don't know if it landed with how this song's performance turned out, but it's not bad. Tate McRae's vocals are hit or miss in this one, but not terrible in any way to the point where I don't dislike the track. So I'd give this a 4.5 out of 5. It's Okay, I'm Okay is a good song for how it sounds. It's just the chorus is a little cringy at times. Not a terrible chorus, but not the best chorus. But other than that, I'd give this a 4.5 out of 5 for It's Okay, I'm Okay. The 11th song on the record's not terrible, but not the worst. So, 4.5 out of 5. Then we get to track 12, which is No, I'm Not in Love. Good song. It's just some of the way she's singing it. Tate McRae, it's hit or miss, but it does alright for what it goes for, execution wise. So, a 4.5 out of 5 for this one. It Means I Care is the 13th track for this record. I'd give this a 4.75 out of 5. I don't necessarily hate this track. I just wouldn't say these songs are my personal favorites, but there's some good material in this record. So, from what I listen to, Means I Care is going to get a 4.75 out of 5. I don't hate the overall melody and how Tate McRae is singing it. Just execution-wise, this track performed alright. Pretty safe in its own way. Green Light is a good song in its own way. There were some cringe moments through a little bit of this track, but nothing to the extent where I hate it. So I'd give this a 4.5 out of 5. The overall structure and the melody is fine for what it goes for, and just Tate McRae's vocals are pretty solid in this, just not the best, but still good. So 4.5 out of 5. Nostalgia is a nice acoustic track that I enjoyed to close out this record, so it's pretty good for how it sounds. It's not my personal favorite, but not terrible of a closing track. Excuse me yawning. I didn't get a lot of sleep, so I'm going to be going back to sleep in a little bit. But other than that, I want to get some reviews out to you guys to catch up on some stuff. But other than that, 4.75 out of 5 for Nostalgia. Good song to end the record and plays it safe. So overall, production, mixing, and execution-wise, I think Tate McRae, So Close to What album is a good record. It is a good record. I think it's a little better than the last record that she dropped, her second studio album, which you'll have to remind me in the comment section below what the album's name was. But I remember enjoying that back in December of 2023. It wasn't terrible, but it had some songs like Cut My Hair or whatever the song was called. But Greedy was another track off that record. There were some good tracks off that record that I enjoyed. But overall, if I were to give So Close to What a score by Tate McRae, I'm feeling a good 8 out of 10 for this record. It's a good album. I think she's done a lot better with her material overall. So, yeah, I'm pretty impressed with what I listened to. So, 8 out of 10 for Tate McRae, So Close to What album for this review. Thank you for watching this review this afternoon.